So today on Facebook, there was the story about the man at E11, which is the Utah Regional Burning Man event, who committed suicide. And the story, as I first read it, went that he was dancing around the main effigy burn, which everyone else, which is what most people were doing, a really big flame. And he started getting closer, and as this person put it, who I first read the story from, there's always that hippie who will get a little too close to the fire and walk away with sunburns and stuff. And he said he was getting really close, and the firefighters were seeming nervous, and this man continued to get closer and closer to the fire. And from what I've heard, he seemed very calm, and he walked straight into the flame and laid down and disintegrated. And the response on Facebook is pretty typical of what I would expect. Everyone's saying, sending love and light to this person and their family. No one really seems to know who he was. And what a horrible, what a horrible tragedy this is, and my heart goes out to all who had to witness it and stuff like that. And there I can see an understanding in that most people who are at this main effigy burn are likely on drugs, and to see something like that could be pretty intense. But I don't know. I think it sounds immensely beautiful that this person was so calm next to this huge flame and just was able to walk in and lie in it. And it sounds like it was intentional. For a minute I wondered if maybe he was on drugs and he couldn't really feel it with it on his body, and was getting confused. But I just don't know if I know of a drug that it just sounds so intentional. So I just pulled up an article that someone posted on Facebook that was published by burner.me. So the main burners all over the world are reading this. It starts out saying, burners who attended Element 11, the Utah Regional Burn this weekend, witnessed a terrible tragedy. A man committed suicide very publicly by running into the fire as they burned their effigy under the full moon. First off, I mean, there's many things I don't like with that sentence, but saying that he ran into the fire, that just sounds like a hack job. He was dancing, he was loving the fire, he walked in, and he laid down. So different. There's a photo of the fire, and they have a lot of, people that they interviewed. Most people are saying pretty much the same thing. My heart goes out to this person, love and light to this person and their family. One person says, I watched this entire tragic event as it happened. He full-on ran and jumped into the fire. Several people were running after him trying to stop him, but unfortunately they were not quick enough. It was pretty devastating to watch. My heart goes out to his family for the loss. So again, someone else saying he ran and jumped. One person said he walked calmly and laid down. So I don't know what actually happened. I wish there was a video. This person says a man ran and dove into the effigy right after it was lit up. This person says he was calm and peaceful when he did it, most likely under the influence.
Of what? Of Valium?
Yeah, well, fucking PCP? No, if he was calm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand. But maybe that it is not as important. He is gone now, whether by his own choice or whether he was under the influence or whatever. What remains is that there are these people who still have these incredibly locked down ideas about suicide. And the article is shocking. It continues saying, after a bunch of different comments from Utah burners, it says, this brings to mind two other very public burner suicides. The body of Jermaine Barley that was found hanging possibly for hours at queer camp Comfort and Joy in 2007. And arsonist protester Paul Addis jumping in front of a train in San Francisco in 2012. I
Seem
don't
very
know if
different.
you remember Paul Addis, but he was like hated in the burner community because he was fucking with it. So I don't know.
I don't remember that, but they seem like really different types of things. And
Well,
like the only
yeah.
common thing is that people kill themselves, but there's so many.
Exactly. Exactly. The only common thing is that people kill themselves
Yeah.
for many, many reasons.
Yeah.
Self-expression.
Yeah, it's like
Burning Man is all about
self-expression.
radical self-expression. And these burners can't handle a fucking suicide. This happens very unradically, quietly in basements and in bedrooms and closets, day in and day out.
Yeah.
Yeah, suicide happens. I don't know. It continues to say, suicide is always a tragedy. It inflicts pain on everyone who knew the person. Sounds like no one knew who this person was, which is very sad. Something like this, though, is terribly scarring for all those who had to witness it.
Yeah.
All 3 burner suicides were very selfish public statements.
Wow, that person is a moralizer.
If you want to talk about being disrespectful, that is disrespect right there. To speak of the dead in that way.
Yeah.
When you don't know why they died and why they chose to. So fuck you, Burning Man. Fuck you.
Who's the author?
Just says, posted by Burners XXX.
Oops.
This person could probably justify rape. But can't deal with the fact that some people choose to not live anymore.
Yeah. Somebody really... Huh. So what do you think of the attitudes? Oops.
I'm a little discouraged because the burner community speaks as if they are the most radical, the most open and understanding. They send fucking love and light to every goddamn being. But they don't. They don't. I don't know, where's the group of people that can be sympathetic and hurt and understand the grief that can happen with suicide, right? Of course, it injures people who are still alive.
Yeah.
I have a friend who tried to commit suicide a year ago, and it's very sad to me to think about, but it's still like, to have respect for this person. I don't know, I'm just rambling. I'm kind of just perplexed at like where to go to find people, a group of people, a community of people that could maybe see this as more beautiful. Rainbow gathering, maybe. I wonder how a rainbow gathering would handle a suicide.
Just barely the recent thing. They considered it.
What the recent thing?
Timber, who went up there to die. So it was almost similar to suicide.
Yeah.
He had failing health, but he went up there and wasn't treating his health issues.
Yeah.
And wanted to die at a rainbow. At least that's what some people say. And they seem to think about it like people die, people are born.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, I guess I'm not really surprised, but I keep hoping to find one little voice.
And there's no interesting
but maybe
voice.
there's people like me who are choosing to remain silent because the burner community is vicious and they don't even want to deal with a bunch of people they don't know. I want to read.
What do you mean a bunch of people they don't know?
I don't know.
Oh, that you don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
A bunch of people that I used to kind of party with and
Got
am
it.
acquainted with, but don't really know or have respect for, really. And they don't, for me, like, I don't know these people. I don't know, I think lately my pattern with, like, seeing things on the internet that are, like, atrocious or confounding to me I have a harder time like saying anything on the internet about them, but I think about them. I wonder how many more people are like me that are, you know, internet peeping toms. They just kind of sit back and think about what they see and don't get involved in the comments. I'm cold, sorry. Firefighters started to follow, but before they could get to him, the man danced up to the edge and then just calmly jumped in. Just laid down in the fire and then disappeared into the flames. The firefighters tried to move in, but the blaze was too big. They doused out the fire as we all watched in horror. Since then, I can't get the image out of my mind of this man just spinning his arms and kicking his feet and jogging into the fire. He didn't shield his face. He didn't hunker down like he was preparing for pain. He didn't run fast. He calmly and deliberately danced and laid down in the fire. I never saw him struggle. There were 1,200 people at the event, and every single one of them was watching as this happened. I don't think this has ever happened in the history of Burning Man. I've been looking. My mind won't stop going in circles. Why did he do it? Who was he? What was he thinking? I can't imagine any of these answers, and I don't think I'll ever have them. My immediate desire was to go home to my children and hold them safe. I feel tremendous emotion, but I can't identify. Confusion, sadness, fear. I mostly just don't understand why. My love to all those affected by this tragedy. And that was the person who wrote it when I first found out. That's Mike Farr.
Okay.
Yep. I don't
Good.
know if that's what you wanted, but...
Well, you can say sign in. Scout.
Scout out.
Scout signing out. All right. Awesome analysis. Thank you.